U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has ordered the FDA to review regulations regarding the abortion pill, mifepristone. Kennedy suggests that the potential dangers of the pill to women's health may be much greater than what was originally stated by the FDA. During recent congressional testimony, Kennedy stated that, at the very least, the label should be changed to include a warning about these dangers. However, a question arises. Should this drug be banned altogether? It's currently being trafficked across borders into states where the abortion pill is banned. Joining us to explain more is Emily Berning. She's co-founder and president of the pro-life group Let Them Live. Emily, first explain to us why Kennedy wants this review of mifepristone.
Yeah, I think it's a really important thing that he brought up. So recently there was a study that came out, a brand new study that collected data from insurance claims, and it's from the Ethics and Public Policy Council. And that data actually showed that the first abortion pill and the abortion pill regimen, mifepristone, is actually 22 times higher, has a 22 times higher rate of serious complications when taking the pill. So 1 in almost 11 women will have serious complications like hemorrhaging, needing to go to the emergency room and having some serious side effects. And so it's really important that at least some attention is being brought to the fact that this pill, which has been pushed as safer than Tylenol, is actually not as safe as the FDA has been saying. The FDA says that the abortion pill, mifepristone, has less than 0.5% risk of serious complications. And now we know that that just is not true.
Well, why do you think the FDA's initial analysis then was flawed?
I don't think they had enough data. I think this was something that was pushed very quickly. I think that they saw that there would be a demand for the abortion pills, especially after Roe was overturned, after the Dobbs decision. We did see a spike in the number of abortion pills. Abortion pills used to account for about 53% of all abortions, and now they account for about 63 to 64%. And I don't know that they actually took the time to understand the serious side effects. They did some clinical trials, but we all know that clinical trials don't necessarily translate to the real world. So women have been put at risk because the FDA did not do a good enough job in actually understanding the real risks of this pill that they're pushing.
Not to mention the risk to the baby, but tell us how easily these pills are trafficked into states in violation of state laws.
It's way too easy. And it's just absolutely insane how many women are being able to order these pills, even in states, especially in states like Louisiana and Kentucky, for example, and Tennessee, where essentially there's no abortions happening. There's actually a lot of abortions happening. They're just not made aware of. They're not going to a clinic to do it. They're actually taking these pills at home. So abortion pills are very easy to get your hands on, unfortunately, and it's become a very easy process to have them mailed directly to women across state lines. There are providers, abortion doctors, if you would even call them that, that are prescribing these pills from out of state, states like New York, into states like Louisiana, for example, despite there being a law in Louisiana against it. So it's really problematic. It's causing a lot of issues, not only with women, but it's just crossing a lot of lines legally as well and ethically. I think doctors have a moral and ethical responsibility, not only to their patient and both their patients, especially if a woman is pregnant, but to also make sure that women aren't in danger. And if they're prescribing abortion pills via telemedicine and not actually seeing their patient and seeing the woman and confirming she doesn't have an ectopic pregnancy, for example, then the abortionist is really just putting her life in danger.
Well, I guess the solution then are lawsuits. That seems to be happening already. But how about abortions overall? Not only the abortion pill, there were more than 1 million abortions performed in this country in 2024. That's an increase of about 12% since 2020. And I must point out in 2020, we were in the midst of a pandemic. So what needs to happen to reverse the trend since the Dobbs decision by the Supreme Court?
Yeah, I think that it shows that taking the approach of legislating on abortion isn't the only thing that we should be doing. That should be in tandem with working sort of on the demand side of abortion. There's two sides to abortion. There's a supply and a demand. And what we do at Let Them Live is an example of attacking the demand side of abortion. Why are women seeking abortion in the first place? What is it at the root that is causing people to go seek abortion, have abortions, support abortion? And I think that just proves that we need to have a cultural shift in our country and in the world, especially since we have seen increases in abortions since the overturn of Roe. It just proves that we have to have an effect on the hearts and the minds of people. And we do that one by one by reaching people individually, meeting them where they're at. So we're far from over. The pro-life movement has its work cut out for it. That's absolutely a fact. And we have to work not only to legislate and protect women from the dangers of abortion pills, for example, but we also have to meet them where they're at and find and give them real solutions to the problems that they're facing.
Okay, help them remember that babies are a gift from God. Okay, Emily Berning, co-founder and president of Let Them Live. Thank you, Emily, for providing your insights. We appreciate it.